Una la mana sienta, una la sienta, una la me, una la te, shinta una ma. Ina suna ina aina, una lina, shuna la ma. Aina la shinta, una la ma shinta, una la ma shinta. Welcome, one and all. It is Astro Tarot Tuesday Night Live, and I am Chanda Sparkles, intuitive evolutionary soul astrologer, galactic shaman. How are you? Welcome. It feels really good to be back today. It feels really good to be here today. I have missed you all so very much. We are in November. Can you believe it? It's November. Y'all, we're in November. Where did this year go? I'm not real sure. It went by really fast, didn't it? So this month, I have coined the month of November. Never say never, November. That's right. It is never say never, November. I believe that this month will have even more changes, more shifts than last month. And last month was pretty big, right? We're right in the middle of two eclipses. We are dead in the middle, right there smack dab to the degree in the middle of the eclipses as I speak right now. There's a lot of tension in the air. There's some sadness in the air. But I'm also feeling this like loving, transformative release happening. You know, I've not been here because I hurt my back. Got a new chair, one of those aerodynamic chairs, one of those high dollar, not like the other chair wasn't high dollar, pure ass leather, supposed to be like the captain of the spaceship, right? Chair. This one's more expensive. I've been sitting in it doing readings and I'm not happy with my purchase because my back's hurting. So we're going to, this day today has felt like kind of one of those days you just got to push through. And then when you get to the end of it, it's like, okay. That's what that was about. And yeah, I'm glad that day's over. Really intense energies going on in between these eclipses. We are Scorpio sun and the lunar eclipse, full lunar eclipse, happening 1 week from today in Taurus. Taurus is very simple. Scorpio is very complex. We are going to dive in to the astrological chart. Yes, if you're just now joining in on the chat, I see you guys are loading in there. We do have the chart up today. I guess I can take the countdown clock down and welcome everybody in. Yeah, we're going to go over the chart. We're going to talk about the degree placement of this lunar eclipse that's happening next week, next Tuesday, okay? So literally, it'll be happening here where I'm located in Texas Central Time at 5:02 a.m., okay, or 5:02 is when the actual full moon is in apex. But this is a long, did I say long? Eclipse. The actual duration of the eclipse itself, being eclipsed, is an hour and a half. The beginning stages from the beginning to the end is over 6 hours. That tells me it's even more intensely saying, hey, look right here, you know? We're going to dive into that. We're also going to do cards tonight. I am bringing out, because it's All Saints Day, and if you are not from Texas or you didn't know, Dia de los Muertos, I'm from South Texas, actually originally West Texas, now South Texas, and I'm really feeling into the energies because I honored the souls that passed last night that are close to my heart. And if you didn't know, I'm a widow and I've had 3 soulmates pass. And I've been feeling into Jesse's energies, my last that passed, and it'll be 4 years since he passed away on the 13th of this month. And so I've got my Dia de los Muertos shirt, and I'm honoring the Dia de los Muertos. I have the marigolds in the back and the sugar skulls, and even have a little marigold right here on the table. Dia de los Muertos is a Mexican holiday that they take very seriously. Hispanics, they take it very seriously because it's honoring the dead. It's placing food, items they would love, out on an altar for them to have. It's the one day of the year where the dead are able to come back and freely roam the planet. So it's close to my heart, and we're going to be feeling into that. I'm also wearing waterproof mascara because I have been a ball of emotions. So we'll just see how this goes tonight. I want to begin tonight. Hello, everybody in the chat. I see you there. And I may not be coming straight in at you and throwing you up on the board because I'm highly in the channel. And I'm going to be focusing in on what I'm focusing in on. But I do want to begin tonight with you just listening. Taking a deep breath with me and just listening to this galactic, shamanic new rattler that is used, by the way. I had been searching for a shaman who also loves and studies the stars, not an astrologer. No, he's not. But he follows the cycles in the skies, and he knew about the planets. And I said, you're my man. He didn't want to sell it. I worked on him for months. I kept coming back and saying, that's supposed to be for me. I know it. He sold it to me. And it's just beautiful. Do a little bit of a table. And then I pulled out the third eye bowl tonight, Tibetan healing bowl, so that we can tune in, because Scorpio is the most psychic zodiac sign, and the most transformative, and it rules death. Death of the self physically, but also deaths of emotion, mentally, intuitively. I mean, we go through so many deaths to the self. Each moment, we literally are reborn. All right, so just have a listen to this. Tune into your heart. Just doing it very softly. And one more time with the opposite end. This will be a little higher, so if you're sensitive, it's real low, real gentle. We must be very gentle with ourselves. We must understand that this is the time of death. It's the time when we're falling away in order to become reborn. Now, this eclipse in Taurus is opposite, of course, the sun. The north node and the south node of the moon is what? They're two energy centers that in evolutionary astrology, it basically tells us, as the astrologer looking at your chart, saying, okay, this is where your collective soul is evolving towards, and this is where your collective soul is releasing away from. The world has a north node and south node. Every 18 months it changes, okay? Those nodes of the moon often tell us where we are evolving to, especially during an eclipse, because that's how we know when we're going to have an eclipse. The north and the south node are only, I think it's like a little less than 3 degrees off from being exact to this lunation. That's tight. That's a tight conjunction. So this is a north node eclipse with, it's like a super moon, right? But even though moons are about release, because we are in the north node of Taurus, it's also a new beginning. There'll be a lot of that feeling as though I've just begun. Oh, this is wonderful. And then all of a sudden having to start over. And because it's being T-squared, a big old fat T-square from Saturn and Aquarius. So yeah, those are just the opening statements, allowing everybody to load in the chat. Let's go ahead and get going here. Thank you. I see you there. Thank you to the moderators, and thank you to the beautiful groups on Facebook. I'm on YouTube and Facebook, so if you happen to be on Facebook, make sure that you go ahead and go on over to the YouTube channel. By the way, thank you. I noticed a little uptick in the subscribers this past couple of weeks. I do appreciate it, whoever is newly subscribed. And please, if you can, just share it with a friend, share it with your spouse. Even if they don't particularly resonate, they can subscribe and do it for you because they love you and you love me and I love you, and it would help me a lot. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell, and then hit all for notifications so that you are aware whenever I go live, because things are changing. Yes, yes, yes. It's never say never November. When I started this channel, I had the intention of doing a live every week and then doing multiple other different types of shows. And then as things evolve, you realize, okay, I can only do this or I can do that. You know, you have to make your choices, right? And so with that said, before we even begin, there will be no giveaway for Scorpio season, sadly, but there will be for Sagittarius season, okay? It would not be fair to my sponsor to do, just a giveaway and then like here it's next week, giveaway, it doesn't make any sense. Plus, I was looking at next year and the way the moons are falling, it's not really coinciding with the zodiac shifts and transitions from each sign to sign, but you know what is? The new moons. So from here on out, starting next month, we will have giveaways on the new moon week. Yes. So I think that that's a nice change. And that all just happened naturally as I was doing my investigative work, which, by the way, I'm a Scorpio sun, rising, and a Mars. Scorpio sun and rising in the first house, they are the investigators, they're the detectives of the zodiac. They're going to get down to the nitty-gritty core details to find out exactly what's going on. They want the deep, hard truth. Truth is very important during this time period. Problem with that is we've got Jupiter that just bounced right back into Pisces conjunct Neptune during this. And that's all about illusions, delusions, things being unclear, and yikes. So let's jump in. And what I want to do first, I'm not going to do the calendar first. I want to read the degree placement of this chart. Okay. Hi, everybody. I see you there. Oh, yes, Amy. Amy says she's been slammed with sadness. It's the energies, hun. It just is. You have to learn that when you feel these flows coming, of course, you can cry them out. It's always a good idea if you're able. But you also, I'll give you an example. Last night, I was really sad that I was doing Halloween night on my own. And here on the island, I don't get any trick-or-treaters because they all go over to the Hawk's Nest, Eagles, whatever area on the island. It's a thing that they started years and years ago. And plus, I don't want to be all up involved in all of that because I have to keep this vessel as clear as I can, especially if I'm going to be working on a client the next day and up in here with you all. I take this very seriously. So I did a nice beach walk because I guarantee you on Halloween night, if Jesse was here, he and I would have done a beach walk. And it made me sad because I missed him, right? And then I was like, okay. So I get in the car and he's like, go get some ice cream. And I'm like, I can't eat ice cream. I mean, he's talking to me intuitively. I'm like, I can't eat ice cream because it messes with my stomach. And he's like, just do it. You'll be all right. So here I go to go get me an ice cream blast. And I took it back to the beach and I sat out there, put my chair, grounded, and it was the most delicious, scrumptious, most amazing taste in my mouth than I've had in a very long time. And today I've been sick. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, sometimes we got to give ourselves a little when we're in those sad times. Give yourself something, even though you may have to pay for it the next day. Be gentle and kind with yourself because these are not easy energies and they are not going to lighten up. Mars is retrograde. He will stay retrograde until mid-January, and then he won't even come out of Gemini until March. This is ego deflated. This is drive, bye-bye. So it's going to take extra oomph from all of us to be able to push forward. You are ahead of the game because you are here learning about the astrological transits. The astrological transits truly assist us along. It's like so that we can use our intuitive GPS, which, by the way, that's what you want to use. because this is all intuitive. If you want to get all analytical up in your mind, it is not going to work. Period. It won't work this month. Mercury's in Scorpio. Our mind is going to be deep, transformational, intuitive processes. Venus, our heart, our love, our balance, our beauty, is also in that deep, dark underworld, being burned out by the sun, because it's right next to the sun in Scorpio. And then the South Node is Scorpio. That's all about karmic release, karmic detoxification, what we're moving away from. So the answer lies in Taurus. Let's read the degree placement for 16 degrees, which in this book has all of the degree placements written. You always go 1 degree up, because so like it's 16.1 or whatever, you go 1 degree forward because it's instantly 17. You see? Okay, so I gotta find my eyeglass. I saw your question. This is the thing. I think eventually the egos will be put on the back burner, but not now. Because anytime a planet slows down, and it just went retrograde like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, it's like inflamed. People's egos is going to be popping, especially during the middle of 2 eclipses. And eclipse energy lasts, I mean, it's stronger within that 6 weeks period, you know, but they can last up to 6 months, the energies. So, yeah. Okay. 17 degrees of Scorpio is a woman fucking dated by her own spirit is great with child. Fucking dated. Feckin' dated. F-E-C-U-N-D-A-T-E-D. Basically, that means impregnated. Okay? So, put that vision in your mind, because this is kind of like an overlying energy. It's like the umbrella energy to everything else that's going on right now. So this is like a blueprint. Okay? A woman fucking dated by her own spirit is great with child. A total reliance upon the dictates of the God within. A total reliance upon the dictates the God within. What dictates the God within is your total reliance during this period. In contrast to the outgoing smile of the girl in the preceding Sabian symbol, here we see the result of a deep and complete concentration, reaching to the innermost center of the personality, where the living God, in capitals, acts as a fucking dating power. This reveals the potency of the inward way, the surrender of the ego to a transcendent force, which can, through the person vivid, the surrender of the ego to a transcendent force, which can create through the person vivid manifestations of the will of God. Okay, so this is like mother of the living God. This is transpersonal way of existence. It is the way that leads to creative mutations. So that is where the sun is at. Okay, that's the sun sign, because it's a lunar eclipse, but this is where the sun is at. with all of those stellium of planets sitting there. That's why it's under. I wanted to read this, and I wanted to read also the Taurus. So this is where the eclipse is happening between the sun and the moon. I had it marked, and now I don't know what happened to my little marker. Here it comes. All right. Now, this is where the moon is located. A symbol battle between swords and a symbolic battle between swords and torches. Okay? So that's 17 degrees of Taurus. Refusing to depend upon the past, the seeker turns warrior, fighting anew the eternal great war. Really listen and feel into the differences of these degrees. Okay? They're both the same degree, but opposing signs. So I'm going to say it again. Refusing to depend upon the past, the seeker turns warrior, fighting anew the eternal great war. Still the eternal, right? Having sought in vain for the answers to his questions amongst the teachers of tradition, he sat under the Bodhi tree. He had to fight his own battle in his own way, even though it is an internal battle. Gautama. The spiritual light within the greater soul must struggle against the ego will that only knows how to use the powers of this material and intellectual world. There is no possibility of escape. It is the energy that arises out of the present moment, the inescapable now, that the daring individual has to use in the struggle. This is salvation. It's attained through the emergent individual's readiness to face all issues as if there were only two opposing sides. So teaches the Bhagavad Gita. This is the Dharma of the stage of a human evolution, a stage of polarization of values. Taurus and Scorpio are the money axis. They handle all the money. Scorpio is big corporate money, government money, loans, investments, commodities, but it's other people's money. It's inheritances through the death. Taurus is everything they build on their own. Taurus is all about simply keeping it beautiful, though, So a Taurus would be like, I'm going to save up everything and work really hard to get there. And I'm going to buy me that big, huge beach house on the island, or that cabin up in the mountains as a secondary home. And they'll work their whole life to get there if they have to, but they'll get there. You see what I'm saying? They're very determined. They're very stubborn. These are two very fixed signs. By the way, the entire chart is there's very little mutability in this chart. It's a lot of fixed energy. And when you have a lot of fixed energy, you're dealing with a lot of stubborn people that are not willing to move. And you throw Mars retrograde on top of it with a T-square to Saturn, and you're dealing with intense assholes sometimes. I mean, you just are. All right, so let's look at this chart. And then I will add myself. All right. Scorpio rules the 8th house. That is where we go to die of any kind of issues, any kind of dramas, to really transform ourselves is in the 8th house. Taurus rules the 2nd house of money, values, goods, things that are tangible that you can touch, feel, taste, smell. Okay? Taurus is I have. Okay? Scorpio is I receive. Because Scorpio is going to have you pay them. Taurus is going to go make their own money. You see? That's how that works. All right. Let's go ahead and look at this chart. All right, up here in the corner, well, turn it on. Come on, baby. By the way, this is not my Apple pen. This is a rinky-jinky one until the Apple people will give me my new one. The Apple pen fell in the pool. So it works. It charged all the way up to 100, but it won't write. So anyway, we're using this one, so apologies if it's weird. Okay, let's change the color up to red. All right, so let's start right here where the moon is at. So we have this is happening at 5:02 a.m. And then we are looking, and that is on November the 8th, Tuesday, November the 8th. And I am Texas Central Time. You'll have to look up for your own. Just Google it online if you're wanting to find out about the eclipse. It's all over the place. All right, so right here is Taurus, and right here is Scorpio. Okay, so I want you to have a look. Right here, you have the North Node, the karmic faded node of where the collective is evolving towards until the middle of next year when it moves into Aries. And Libra will be the South Node, okay? But for now, we're working over everything Taurus and moving towards. It's also farm goods and lands and agricultures, our foods, and really being blown wide open, by the end of the transit. You can always see the differences. Myself as an astrologer, I can look and I can see the differences at the end when it switches into the next two signs, the two opposing signs. You can always see at the end what changed, what evolved. And we're already starting to see signs of this. The corporate world is falling apart, right? The governmental structures are falling apart. That has to do with Pluto wrapping it up in Capricorn. Right here next to it is the moon. The moon is your mother. It's your emotions. It's also, in mundane astrology, the collective whole of people. So this Aries, and then we have Uranus at also 16 degrees, which is retrograde. Uranus rules Aquarius. Uranus is shock and awe. Uranus is, I am revolutionizing this situation, and I don't care if you don't like it. This has to change. It comes in and knocks us off our pedestal. It comes in and says, you have to change all of this because it needs to be better. So you have this exact, you see, it's like almost exact. So this is 0 and 56. Lots of information coming through. So this is what we call a stellium. When you have 3 or more planets in a sign. Right across the way of Scorpio. Here is the sun in Scorpio. Here is Venus. Here is Mercury. And here is the South Node of the moon. This is also a stellium of planets. Okay? When you have that much happening in one sign, and then you have that much happening in the opposite sign, and these are personal planets. Venus, our love, our values, our beauty, the divine feminine, okay? Venus rules Taurus. This is a Venus-ruled eclipse. You have to pay attention where Venus is at. And how is she going to show up in your life? I'll tell you how she showed up in my life. I was Venusian beautifying my healing space next door to the studio. And even though I took precautions, I was feeling good. I wasn't hurting or, my neck and back. I have little issues here and there, but I was doing good. And it wiped me out. Like it took me out. It still got me out. Like I'm not even liking this chair. And I'm going to probably start searching for another new chair. Because I need something that's going to really support my lower back as I sit here for hours and hours and hours, right? Got any ideas, send them to me in Messenger or email. Because that's been a pain. Anyway, enough about me. Back to this. So the sun is at 16 degrees. The moon is at 16 degrees. The nodes are both at 13 degrees. And then you have Mercury. I'm going to back this up a little bit. I don't like this pen. So you can see a little bit better. Okay. So here's Mercury. There's Venus right here. And there's the node. Mercury's our mind. It's how we think. It's how we intellect, how we communicate. All of our communications. But guess what's happening with all of that? All of that is in a big ass T-square over here to Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn in Aquarius. Granddaddy Saturn, who always comes in and says, we have to try this again. We need to clean this mess up. Okay, you really didn't do this right. Saturn wants it done right. And he don't mind you having to redo it over and over until it gets done right. If there's anything that I do know as being a Scorpio sun and rising in the first house, I'm that way as well. I like things done right. And I'm going to keep going and keep going at it until it gets done right. That's kind of like also a Scorpio trait. So then you throw this Saturn, same kind of energy also on there. And it's also about revolutionizing because it's in Aquarius. Aquarius is air, intellect, how we think. What are the moving parts of the computer of our brain? Because we all are just big old huge computers, right? How does that work? How does that tick? People are going to be wanting to know how things work, why, and how they tick. And they're going to be demanding, and this is the reason why. Because you also have Mars in Gemini, freshly retrograded, okay, in a trine. Harmoniously trining down to Saturn in Aquarius and trining over to the node in Scorpio, which is also trining straight back down. You see that triangle? Trines are harmonious flows, which means the ego of Mars, war. Mars is war. It's the lord of the underworld. It's the warrior that wants to go fight. Okay, and when it's in Gemini, Gemini's our mind, how we communicate, short conversations, text, emails, the media. It's like everybody's wanting to say something. Everybody's got to have their say, you see. But it's like Mars is like, I'm seeing like a vision of a warrior that's been tied down. And all they got is their mouth. And they're tied down. And that's all they can do is talk. So that's a pretty good explanation of Mars and Gemini right there. We also have Jupiter and Neptune in a conjunction because Jupiter has just moved back into Pisces retrograde. This is going to be very tricky. This is going to be like shocking, illusional, delusional shit. This is like mind-blowing stuff right here. because Jupiter expands on all of that. And if you remember correctly, back when Jupiter very first went into Pisces, I said, and I'm sorry, not when he first went into Pisces, I said when Jupiter went into within the degree points of conjunct to Neptune, I said, you know, we're probably going to start having some issues with like oil and gas, and then therefore that's going to cause inflation, and all that happened back at the beginning of the year. Remember when all the oil prices and gas prices started going up? Now it's coming back in here retrograde, so we may see a little bit more of that come up just for this short time until Jupiter goes direct and gets on out of Pisces for good and goes on into Aries and keeps trekking on until he gets into Taurus. All of this is also happening. We need to remember, I don't like this pen. All this is also happening while we have Pluto, which I'm trying to point at, but right here. Pluto's in Capricorn at the United States of America's return degree. This has been happening. It will continue to happen because Pluto is a slow mover. But the thing is, now Pluto is leaving. Pluto's leaving for good. And he will go into, he'll go off in, I'm sorry, he's not leaving for good. He's going to go into Aquarius, and then he comes back, and then he goes. So this is like the tail end of all of this world powers and government cleanup that Pluto's been doing. Pluto has been working over whatever house that is for you, your Capricorn house. It's been working over that Capricorn house now for 27 years. It's a big, long transit. When he goes into Aquarius, it'll be a big, long shift to air because Capricorn is Earth. We're shifting the whole collective energy is shifting into more of a futuristic air element, air and fire. That's where we've shifted into for many, 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 many years. Many, many years. We've been in this earth, water. Okay? Now, just recently, we're shifting air and fire. Air is like big technologies when it's in Aquarius. This is alien technologies. This is actually coming in and having for real disclosures, you know, not these just little sneaky ones that they do. I'm not going to get into that, but anyway, so just keep that in mind. Also, one other thing I wanted to mention, right up here at the top, right there, where you see I just wrote that mark, and I'm about to throw this pen out the window. That is Black Moon Lilith. Now, Black Moon Lilith is Kali energy. She's a big bad demon slayer. She can pull up all of the fears that are inside of you and help you to face them, okay? She floats kind of back and forth. Like, she doesn't just stay all the time, but I found it very interesting because she's been in Cancer for all this time. And now look where she's at. She stepped into Leo. Fixed fire energy. That's big time, like a lot more fixed. And she's in opposition to Pluto. So like if Pluto had a wife, Black Moon Lilith would be her wife. And Pluto is the lord of the underworld. Okay? Pluto rules Scorpio, and that's where the sun is at with all these other planets. So the sadness, the fears, the egos, the frustrations, all of that stuff is going to come out in the world around people. You must be more simplistic. You must understand that during this time period, when there is so much chaos going on around you, that you have to be in the center of the chaos. Sometimes you jump right in to the chaos and let it flow about you. You know? Sometimes, no. This time, it's not about taking the high road here. This is about really deeply jumping in to the shit. Jumping into it so that you can figure out what's the deepest core issue within yourself. Because it's never about them. It's always about you. Because you're the only one here projecting your reality. So, Mr. Ego shows up so that he can tell you something, blah, 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 blah. What's that telling me about myself? How can I shift that in myself? These are just some things that I feel like will be helpful during this transit. But just know this, there's going to be some big shocking truths, and there's going to be some tricky tension and delusional fantasy, lots of angst, like what is true, what is not true, what can we believe. This is a very chaotic lunation. It's just a chaotic lunation. It truly is. And there'll be a lot of closures and completions. Lots of secrets. Scorpio digs up all those secrets. Those deep, dark, ugly ones. Also, anything underground, volcanoes, earthquakes, and now with Jupiter back conjunct to Neptune and Pisces, we could start having more water events. I was blown away this morning on the island. It's been raining pretty much like it poured early this morning, and it kept on pouring. I had to drive. I was driving over the bridge going, fuck Neptune and Jupiter. Get me over this bridge, because there was so much rain I could hardly see. And there were so many puddles everywhere. And then as I was coming back, they're doing this bridge work. It's a little bridge, not the big main bridge, but this little bridge that they're making. The exit to go out to get to my road was so flooded, and there was this little older sports car in front of me, and I was like preparing myself because I was thinking I was going to have to probably push that little sports car out of the water with my big truck. This is why I have a big truck, and I will always have a big truck, because I'm not going to be stuck up in a flood somewhere or in the sand or in the mud. Not this girl. I'm Texas. Anyway, so just water. Be careful with water. Be careful around water. Just be careful all around everywhere, because this is major. The last eclipse was actually okay. It wasn't too bad. And I threw my neck and my back out on that one, and I'm being activated on both of these eclipses on my personal birth chart. This is just a general collective through my intuitive knowledge and how I can guide you. Taurus doesn't want to be rushed. If you feel somebody that's rushing you or urging you, hey man, I ain't gonna be rushed on this. And then just shut up. Don't say another word. The last one to speak. Right? Everybody's heard that one, right? Anytime you're in a one-on-one with somebody, just say what you got to say and shut up. I don't care if y'all sit there and stare for 10 minutes. Whoever breaks the silence is the one that's going to have to fall in and say, hey, okay. People are being really dickish because they don't understand the cycles and the energies. We study the cycles. That's what astrology is. It's a study of the cycles. All of these planets, and a cycle of our planet, and the cycles of our lives. We all have a different cycle. I have a very different cycle now that I'm about to turn 50 in 16 days than I did when I was 21 having a baby, right? Just remember, all of this is in cycles. And during this time period, keeping it simple, staying in your truth, Not having anyone rush you will be the best advice I could give. Okay? And being cautious. Just look around you when you're in a parking lot. You should be doing that anyway. Don't be on your phone when you're driving. You know? Don't do that stuff right now. Accidents, big accidents are prone. I passed 3 cars on the side of the road of the highway this morning when I was heading to the dentist. Because I had to go get my teeth fixed. Because I chipped my big front tooth last week. Or what is it, the week before last? Whenever it was. I chipped my big old tooth right there. The hollow down tooth. Chipped right. Looked like a hillbilly girl. And I had to go get it fixed. But I was passing cars that were broke down. Blowouts. If you got tires that are balding, please go fix them immediately. Get a used tire, whatever you got to do. Money's low, but make sure you're intact. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna have water coming into buildings. I saw that happen on Facebook today. There could be tsunamis. There could be, you just never know, mudslides. This is serious stuff. Okay? All right. I don't want to be like the fear mongerer, but it is a cycle. And if you know that this is part of the cycle, and that the cycle will shift and change, then it kind of feels better, like, okay, yeah, I know. I heard about that. Yeah, I know this kind of stuff's going to come up. So I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm going to take my time. Okay. Hi, Sandy. Yes, amen to that, Amy says. That's right. That's right. I see everybody loading in. Hi, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Nikki. I see you there. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Deidre. Yes, I see everybody. Stacy, Heather, Christine. Oh, New Islanders. So glad that you're here. Okay, cool. All right, let's move into the cards. Just a friendly reminder, there will be no giveaway for Scorpio season because it wouldn't be fair to my sponsor to only have a couple of shows and then do a giveaway. So we will move that sponsor to Sagittarius season. And all giveaways will now be done on the new moon in the monthly cycles for that zodiac sign. Instead of the full moon, we're switching to new moon. New beginnings, new gifts. Makes sense, right? I'm going to pull this down just a little bit because I feel like it's like I got a new speaker on this TV and I haven't quite figured out the volume level because I have not been here. All right, let's look at the board and see what we've got going on the board. Right there. Shabam, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Let's go ahead and give ourselves and the board a nice little smudge. Tonight we're going to play with the Halloween Oracle deck, as well as the Halloween Tarot deck. I know it's one day past Halloween, but I wanted to use them, so it's the last day, you know. And then we're also honoring All Saints Day, Dia de los Muertos, and the Day of the Dead, you know. Check this out. It's an eagle. And it was hand painted by a lady on my trip that I went to my astrological conference in the Hill Country. And I love it. It feels so good in the hand. Isn't it beautiful? An eagle is the highest evolved Scorpio. And that's the goal, is to become our highest evolved selves, right? This board a nice smudge once more and give you that. Una latte mana shinkaluna. Anani mana ishindula dana. Anishinduda. Una manina. Una sita. Una shintakana. Uma shiana. Analamina shintitidu kakika. I should look at you. Shikru. Shikru. Very good. Nice. Okay. We'll also be playing with the Spirit Animal Oracle deck and the Cosmic Coven deck tonight. This one and this one are new to this channel, I do believe. I know the Halloween Tarot is in, it's been around a while. The Cosmic Coven is new, and I believe this one's new. I've had it a while. I ordered it a while back when I saw it for Halloween time. All right, and I'm going to turn this air because it's cooler outside, and I've got it set. It's just one moment. There it goes. All right. How's everybody been feeling? Anybody have any exciting news to share since I've been on with you? Your internet is down. Sorry to hear that. Hi, Lynette. I see you there. Thanks for joining. There's Michelle. Yes. There we go. Happy birthday. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Scorpio sister. What are we starting with tonight? Water, air, fire? What should we start with? Anybody got any ideas? Let me know in the chat. Give these oracles a little shuffle. Yeah, that's what Sandy said, and that's the way it is. It's like sometimes you're feeling sad and then you get the happy. It's kind of like this polarity all month long. And I did want to make sure that I told you about this before we get going. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so this week we have Venus going to cross the South Node, the South Karmic Node. That happens tomorrow as the moon is conjunct to Chiron, okay? So Venus and the sun, tomorrow could be a very wonky day as that moon and the moon is going to be void of course, so just be and prepare. I mean, whenever the moon, when any planet crosses the South Node, it's all about detox, it's all about release, it's all about let go, okay? Then on Saturday we have the sun going to cross the South Karmic Node as Venus, the ruler of this eclipse in Scorpio, is in opposite of Uranus, the shock and awe, great awakener, surprising things coming in, you know. And then we have Mercury on Sunday going to also cross the karmic South Node of the moon, and the energies are getting a little wonky in here. Okay, I think we have visitors. All right, so Mercury is going to cross that South Node, so that's our minds. Release, do a detox for real, like do a detox. But this is deep core shadow work too. I'm working with white willow bark with all of my clients this week, because white willow bark has been used for centuries for pain relief, but it also is really good at getting down in that deep conscious psyche to pull up any of the shadow, any of the sadness, a lot of the time attached to our ancestry. This is a time of honoring the ancestry while also staying happy and in gratitude, because it's a month of being grateful for what we've done all year. We've made it through this year, and we should be proud of ourselves that we're here at the tail end of it. We really should. So tensions are going to be resolved, I will feel, by Monday. And I think as far as like the United States having this eclipse on the actual day of the election, like election day is actually the same day as the eclipse. I think most people will already know what they want to do and who they're going to pick. And I also feel like there's going to be a whole bunch of people who are really not happy with some things that happen. As in any election, right? I'm not trying to get all political. I'll be honest with you. I don't give two flying F's about politics. I really don't. I don't live there. But as an astrologer, I have to say, okay, there's an eclipse on the actual election day, y'all. Okay? Right after the South Node is activated by Venus, the Sun, and Mercury. That's a lot of personal. Venus and Mercury are personal planets. And this is massive awakenings. I believe there are going to be so many people who awaken to their power, because Scorpio is power. That is the planet. That is the planet that rules power, says the third eye bowl. Interesting, right? Okay, so did anybody say what we're starting with? Let me go to the very top of the chat. Remember, I'm on multiple live streams. I'm not just on Facebook. I'm on YouTube as well. And most of the people are on the YouTube. If you're on the Facebook, pop over to the YouTube if you can. Then that way you can join in with the Sparkle Chat tribe that are awesome and loving and giving. And I love you all, and I especially thank you and the moderators. Okay, so what did Renee say? Renee's our lovely moderator. Fire is first. Okay, fire. Here we go. Fire. We're talking about Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And as I started talking, we had the page of imps pop. This is a fire sign, y'all. So that they're saying, yes, this is the right sign to begin with. Okay, so here we go. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius for this lunar eclipse. And I'm going to go ahead and add myself here. And then I want to zoom in on the Logitech camera just so it's a little closer for you guys. I'm a little off. This is like, my camera is like weird. Okay, what's going on? Oh, that's why. Wrong camera. There we go. Hello. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Let me see. There it is. Okay, that's better. And then this. I don't want it walking my. All right, here we go. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, calling upon the fire signs of the zodiac: Sun, Moon, or Rising. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Well, you have the Ace of Cups to start out the beautiful read. So that's a new beginning in emotion, intuitive love. It's not a bad start. And it is challenged by the King of Bats. That did not zoom in enough. Zoom it in, babies. There we go. Challenged there by the King of Bats. Bats are swords, by the way. You know, the King of Bats, if you're being challenged in love, I feel like somebody's being challenged in, like, there's been an offer of love. It's like a fresh new beginning of love, or a fresh new proposal, or it could even be like something that your heart is being fulfilled. Like you're like, I'm kind of into this. The King of Bats comes in and says, but did you think it through? And are you really sure? Because he's someone who's very poised in his mind. Then you have the Queen of Pumpkins. We may be dealing with a couple. I was kind of feeling like it was a couple situation, or somebody's offering something to you in a love or intuitive manner here. The Queen of Pumpkins is the Queen of Coins. That is earth energy. She's very grounded. She thinks things through. She doesn't move fast on things, though. I feel like there's somebody here that's like, you need to really think this through. That keeps coming through very loudly. Because there's 3 of Bats came in. This is the 3 of Swords coming in from the outside, followed by the Queen of Imps. So you have 2 queens here. Somebody may be straight up seeing multiple women, is kind of what I'm feeling here. And there's some kind of a heartache that's coming in that's unexpected. So there was a cup of love offered, there was an offer given, and it was received, right? But are you thinking it through? Do you really know that so-and-so is seeing 3 other women? You know what I'm saying? Or so-and-so at your workspace is talking crap behind your back. You know, you can put this into a situation that matters to you. You know what I'm saying? It could be a love situation, which this indicates it could, but it could also be like an intuitive work situation, because the Queen of Pumpkins is like Capricorn energy, Taurus energy, Virgo energy. They are all the earth, diligent, working signs that create money, that create tangible items in this world. They are the go-getters. It's every one of those signs has to do in some form or fashion with our practicality and our complexities of how we create in this 3D reality. All right. But then you have this Queen of Imps that's coming in saying, baby, I'm the hot high priestess. I'm the hot, like she's like the fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm the one that's going to take care of all of this. You know, she's on top of her game, moving and creating and doing things, and she doesn't sit still. Like, she is a mover. She does a lot. They do a lot, but they're more practical and a little more slower and a little more methodical about things. This heartache, this is major heartache. I mean, when you get the 3 of Swords, that could be also someone who has passed. It could be someone you're grieving. It's mental heartache. I feel like that there's an offer that you're not really supposed to take. There is an offer that you're not supposed to take. I got it. That's what that just, yeah, stop, slow down. Okay, so this 4 of Bats, this is 4 of Swords, slow it down, lay it down, meditate, think on it, don't move forward. Caution. It's the caution sign. Very cautious here. And on the bottom, you got the King of Pumpkins. So you have the King of Swords, your mental communication, thinking, you know, sometimes can be harsh. Swords are harsh energy. Then you have the King of Pumpkins with the Queen of Pumpkins. Okay, so this King of Pumpkins, though, I feel like because it resides over all of it, is all saying, slow it down. You don't rush them. They don't go fast with anything. They're going to make sure it's done right, properly, and correctly. They're Saturnian. Saturnian energy is I don't care if it takes me 10 years to get it done. I will get it done, and I'll take my time and do it right. This is all telling me that there could be somebody or something that you're involved with that you thought was a really good thing, but it's really not. And in every single sign in this card reading is saying, slow it down, think it through. All right, let's get a card from the Halloween Oracle deck for the beautiful fire signs as they are rethinking things, because they're wanting to avoid this is coming in from outside. You want to avoid that heartache. Just because I say it, this is the way it is, does not mean that in a way, because you have the free will to change it, right? You have the free will. Even the astrology is just a tool. It's all about you. Remember that. Two fell out. You got the graveyard, unnecessary fears, and the skull of stars, infinite possibilities. Yeah, those fears that are coming up, those unnecessary fears that you're feeling, feel into that mentally and say, is this really necessary that I move forward with this situation? And if you feel intuitively yes, then do so. If you don't, then don't. There are infinite possibilities out there. Don't just stick with one old little cup of love, one little old offer, and think that that's the end all. Because there's so much out there that you can create. Fire signs, you create through your passions. You have to feel the passion inside you in order to make it happen, right? Remember, you don't have to get stuck feeling like you can't move. But this right here, this ending card here with this is a slow mover. This is a slow mover. This is lay the fuck down. Literally. Stop. Okay? Remember, there are other possibilities out there waiting for you, fire signs. And finally, last but not least, for the fire signs tonight, and I didn't put it up on the screen. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so just, there it is. My bad. What's the animal spirit card? It gave me a few, so what I'm going to do, the electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. Let's see what this has to say. And it's a number 24, which is a 6, which is all about give and take, right? It also can be about looking at the past, thinking about things from the past, getting caught up in melancholy. By the way, this eclipse is all underneath a number 7. And I have in the description below the numerology of the number 7, because that 7 number is going to be prominent for all of us for the next 3 months. Because for the next 3 months, we have eclipses at 16 degrees. This month, October, November, December, all 16 degree full moons. So it's kind of important to really look at that. It's in the description. All right. The electric eel spirit brings your ideas to life. Seemingly out of nowhere, the jolt of electric eel spirit appears to awaken you to a big idea that you are meant to explore. Infinite possibilities don't stay with just one offer. Your life has potential for profound transformation. Inspiration arises in you, electrifying you so that you can't wait to get started bringing your ideas to life. The revelations you experience now are meant to send you on a new path, so do not be afraid to act. Explore, examine, do not fear the changes that may come. For Spirit wants to shower you with love, success, and abundance, fire signs. Now is a thrilling time of epiphanies and miracles. I'm going to add that myself. There's miracles out there to be had. Inspired ideas and innovation. This is a wondrous sign for you today. So remember, call upon the electrical eel spirit if you're feeling like, I don't know which way to go. But remember, there's infinite possibilities, and the sadness that arises, the fears, the anxiety that comes from some of the decisions that you're having to make with these people that are around you. Remember, that's not the only people you got to jack with. You, my friend, can chill with your kitty or your puppy or your birdie or your lizard or whatever it is, your dragon. You can chill on this. You don't have to do anything. Thank you, fire signs. I hope that that helped you and assisted you, and I am sending you so much love and fiery, passionate blessings to know and think things through before you make your choices, because there's infinite possibilities. You don't want to end up in the graveyard, right? Thank you, fire signs. Love you. Don't want to get zapped by that eel either, right? That would not be fun at all. The electrical eel, though, I automatically thought of Uranus. You know, Uranus is like an electrical eel. Uranus shocks us. It rules lightning. It rules shocking events coming into our lives, and it's exactly to the degree conjunct to the eclipse with the moon in Taurus. There's just no way, really, truly, with this eclipse to predict. It's just, there's so much unpredictability when it comes to Uranus, the planet Uranus being involved. Excuse me, I needed some coconut water. All right, thank you to the fire signs. Love you guys. And we are on to the next sign. Joshua, where you been? You're in trouble. Where have you been? I'm so glad you're here. All right, now we are on to water. Okay, thank you, thank you. Water sign is next. If we could put the time in there, the timestamps would be incredible. For the YouTube replay, time travelers. Oh my goodness, I hadn't said that I love our time travelers. If you're here watching this on the YouTube replay, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Share my channel with your spouse or with your friend or your coworker. I am really trying to get that 1,000 subscribers so that I can go live as I'm traveling. As of current, the only place I can go live from is here through this eCam software that I multi-stream live out to lots of people on lots of platforms, right? But I want to be able to just hit YouTube and go out to the beach if I'm doing my crystal grid work, or if I'm doing any kind of ritual work or anything like that. It would be so amazing to just be able to hit the live and share all that. So I got to get 1,000. I know you guys can do it, so help me out. Don't forget. Okay, so we're on water signs. Water signs. And Renee says the time for the time travelers is 1:18. We're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Water signs, Scorpio. By the way, happy solar return to all of the Scorpios in the house. Happy birthday to you. Remember, when it's your birthday, that month, 30 days prior, is always one abreast for you. You're always going to have lesser energy until you get up to that birthday point where your solar return comes back to the point of the moment you were born, which is your birthday. But there is some things called progressions, right? Because over the years, we have a progressive chart. So if you're somebody that's on the cusp, let's say you're a 29 degree Scorpio, you most likely, your sun has in your progressed chart, which I also do progressions in charts, especially if I get a client that has like 29 degree sun placement or a 1 degree or 0 degree sun placement, because those planets shift and sometimes you shift along with it. You know, your moon can shift. That's kind of important to understand as well. Happy birthdays to the Scorpios and Cancers and the beautiful Piscean energy that is now welcoming back once again Jupiter, the expander, the magnifier, into their house. So remember, you have a short little while until Jupiter starts to go direct, and he's going to go out of your house and you won't see him again there for 12 years. Take advantage, Pisces. Take advantage. You are magnifying everything right now. This eclipse will be trining into all of the water signs, sending whatever kind of energies that it's putting out onto your chart, flowing them in harmoniously. Okay? So at least it's not a square, like the air signs are going to get a square. You know, it just depends, you know. I'm sorry, the fixed signs are going to get a square. Like, if you're a Leo, you're getting T-squared by this eclipse. If you're an Aquarius, you're getting T-squared by this eclipse. Right now, we're focusing on the water signs. Water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Water signs. I smell Christmas cheer. I smell a Christmas cheer coming from the water signs. It's like a holiday smell. It's like that smell that you get when you light those Christmas cheer candles. It's kind of cinnamony, but it's not. It's more of a berry kind of candle. And it's not my candle, because my candle smells like pumpkin. So that's spirit coming through for somebody. Some kind of Christmas cheer. Okay, so it's somebody that's passed. One of the water signs family members that's passed. She adored and loved Christmas, but she passed around Christmas, and this is always a hard season for you. And she's saying that she wants you to know she's with you, she's there, she helps you to decorate, even though sometimes you don't feel like doing it. She enjoys it when you do. That's what I'm feeling. See, really kind of a cheery woman. That's what I get from this. Okay, water signs. We have the Seven of Cups. I'm sorry, that's the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups here. So the Six of Cups is all about melancholy. It is about looking to the past. It's also about children and childhood. It's about feeling that beautiful, loving, vibrant, cheery spirit. You know, but sometimes it can be sad. You know, it can be a sad time looking at those happy memories, right? You know, missing that happy time. And the Queen of Pentacles. in the challenge position. Slow and steady, grace, simplicity, practicality, achievement. You have to be able to take it at a pace. I feel like this is going to be a theme through the whole night. We must pace ourselves with everything. Our mental body, our emotional body, our physical body, and spiritual body. We can only do so much right now. The Hermit. Yeah, there it is right there. That is the card of Taurus. Okay, it's also Virgo. But this is telling me slow it down. Go within. Find the guru within in order to take the pace. This is all about releasing and letting go of all of that old pain that's attached to the happiness, that's attached to the happy memory. Grounding oneself in the pain in order to become transformed. Remember, we're on a metamorphosis journey right now. We began that at the solar eclipse in Scorpio at 2 degrees. That happened 2 weeks ago. Sorry, that happened a week ago. And then now next week we have the lunar eclipse in Taurus, activating the sun in Scorpio. With all those planets on both sides. So, this is the 7 of coins. This is coming in from outside of you. It's going to be absolutely like there's an offering, but it's going to take time. There's an offering of patience here. It's like the universe is saying, I'm going to give this to you even though it's painful, even though it's difficult and challenging for you to get through, but I'm going to do it and force you to slow down. This is coming from outside of you, so the universe will force you to slow down if you do not take the steps to really go within and heal. The Hermit goes within and heal. He has the star in his third eye. See there? See there? Look at that. Everything is from within. He carries that energy. And he stays to himself. The Queen of Pentacles as well. But she's super successful in what she does in creating this 3D reality. So I would say you would be challenged to really release those fears attached to those old memories and fall into that pain. Fall into the heartache and the trauma, knowing that something is going to come of it. The seven of coins is about knowing that something's going to come of all of my hard, tangible work that I've been doing. You see? And we have the Devil card and the Page of Wands. So with the Devil card coming in there, this is completely burning away all of the toxicities, okay? This is knowing that I'm not going to be bonded to these sad memories anymore. I'm going to flush them out at all costs. Queen of Pentacles also represents Capricorn, and the Devil represents Capricorn. You may be dealing with a Capricornian energy or have a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Rising, because these cards go towards all three of those. The Page of Wands comes in and says, okay, look, we've cleared and smudged this all gone. Now it's time to begin again. Now it's time to create again. Page is a young energy. It's new. It's fresh. It's passionately creating something in your life because you burned it away. You went within and you really, I've been telling everyone, dive into your shift. Okay? Which means if it hurts, feel that hurt. If it's tension, it's anxious, dive in and give yourself some more of that. You find the calm within the chaos because you dive into the chaos and you're the center of the storm. And finally, for the water signs, the King of Wands comes through with his jovial, happy self. Happy-go-lucky. You know, King of Wands often is very much in control of his heart and his passions. He's loving and he's giving, but he also knows that he must follow his passion. So once you've gone through this process of burning away all which is toxic in your life, including the fears and the pains that are attached to the past, becoming more grounded and poised and graced, you may have to go within for a couple of weeks. You may have to say no to a couple of invitations, water signs. And because this is really affecting the water signs, okay? You may need to really honor yourself and give yourself that time. Do a detox. Everybody should do a detox. Everybody. Give something up. This is the only time of the year, people, that we get to literally become the metamorphosis. We literally can metamorphosize ourselves from one complete stage of beingness to another. This is the only time of the year that we do it. Truly. So what are you going to become, water signs? Are you going to take that time out for yourself to really shift yourself into a new direction? Come Sagittarius season, whenever we're looking at okay, I've changed and totally transformed myself from the chrysalis to a butterfly. Now what do I believe as I flutter about? Because when we get to Sagittarius season, we're going to be talking about our beliefs, belief structures, true, long, philosophical belief structures that you've held probably in past lifetimes even. At that point, we're like, okay, we've transformed. Now it's time to see what we believe and what we know. Right? Really important for the water signs. Okay, so find the fire, find the passion after you've given yourself the time that is needed and required to transform through the season. Really high pitches coming through on this side, which is my light side for the new ones. This is my night side or dark side. This is where more like Arcturian, reptilian, draconian, all of the light Lyrans. Sirens come through both. But light side, I feel like the Lyrans are coming through possibly. Alright. Ghost. You got regret. Yeah, there's a lot of that. See, it's like missing. Water signs missing something, regretting that they hadn't done something in a certain way. Or you could just very well regret this if you don't slow down and really understand that it's going to take you going within and really understanding that this detox of the emotion of the past, of the ancestors, digging deep in your ancestry. You know, whatever you need to do, come see me, see somebody else, see another astrologer, see another reader, see somebody to assist you through this process if you're at that stage. Because regret, you can't do nothing with that. You just can't. I mean, it's good to acknowledge it, but you can't do anything with it. The lamp, remembrance. Remember the power of who you are, water signs. Remember that you are a powerful, infinite, sovereign, spiritual being inside of this flesh suit. That you are so much bigger and so much more powerful than just your avatar, just your agenda. You know, there's so much more going on. And there's going to be lots of great awakenings during this time period. On the bottom, dawn, the light after the darkness. See there, water signs? After going within, feeling into the darkness, knowing that you're being forced to slow it down and wait and have patience. Burning away all of the toxicities. The light will come even so brighter, and your metamorphosis will be lit. Let's get a spirit animal card for the water signs, please. Spirit animal card for the water signs, please. That's it right there. Thank you. You have whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. Whale spirit. That's very interesting because today I was listening to gongs that make the whale sound, and I ordered some tools to make the whale sound with my gongs just today, and it's a water. That's pretty good. I surprised my own self, and I'm the one sitting here doing the reading. All right, let's see here what we've got. Okay. Well spirit, trust the great mystery. Well spirit is an ancient creature who was here at the beginning of time and who has seen everything, felt everything, heard everything that has ever transpired on this planet. In the hidden realms where all things must gather first before manifesting into form, well spirit is the keeper, singer, the soul of the whole world, from the deepest waters of the coldest seas. When well spirit appears, it is a reminder that there is a great mystery that you must accept without intellectually trying to understand it. That's right. All of this, if you run on intellect, let it go, because it's not going to work. You'll have more problems. Some things cannot be known by the mind, only experienced through the heart, through intuition and through the peripheral senses that part the invisible veils separating the visible world from the great manifesting consciousness in the hidden realms. Now is the time for you to immerse yourself in the great mystery of spirit and to trust that within the invisible, what you can't see now are the seeds of your intentions being born by the galactics and your angels. That's pretty good stuff right there. And that's an 11, the number of the universe. So that's beautiful. Thank you, water signs. Thank you. I appreciate you. I see you guys in the chat. Thank you. I love you. I will see you very soon in our dreams. I have a feeling there's someone I'm connecting in with dream state here. Yeah. So beautiful, right? Trust the whale spirit. Trust the whale spirit. Let me give that one a nice little shuffle. Oh, another one popped. Parrot spirit, watch your words. Water signs, watch your words. That goes for everybody, truly. Because, I mean, the ego, shit. Mars is literally at a standstill and is going to be at a standstill because it takes a long time for him to get back going again because he just went retrograde. Yeah, he's just vibrating all kinds of elevated words and egos over there in Gemini. So you got to be careful for that. I do feel like it's okay to be, because these are two cards of remembering and missing. And I can totally relate to that. But your patience and going within and really feeling into the pain, really living with the pain, you know, it'll help you not to feel those ghosts of the past popping up. Because this is the time where ghosts of the past pop up in the flesh and in the ethereal. Because this is Scorpio season. And we're having eclipses here. So that makes it even more so, you see. Let me give these a shuffle for the next. Love you, water signs. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. One more. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the water signs. And now what are we on to next? Let's see here. Let's see. Thank you, water signs. You rock. There's Christina Cars Wellness. That's right there. How you doing, sister? So glad you're here. You smell weed. Hilarious. So where are we at? What are we doing? Okay. Air. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Air signs are next, and we are beginning at 141. So let's go ahead and do a little singing bowl to clear the space. Ooh, my nose started itching. Maybe somebody's gonna come into some money. I still believe that because my Virgo grandma used to always tell me that. Your nose starts itching, that's when money's gonna come your way. Okay, grandma. I like that. Not my English bitch grandmother. I just love, this is my grandma, my mom's mom, who I was like raised by, that was my everything. I was the oldest granddaughter. So, you know how that goes. I was the oldest child. I still am. I don't know why I'm saying was. Oh no, is that why we don't see Jerry Lynn? Yeah, oh God. Okay. Yeah, sending love to Jerry Lynn for sure. Dang. Outages. Well, she lives in such a beautiful countryside. I'm sure that it's probably not like got the best internet. We love you, Jerry Lynn, on the replay. Air signs, starting with Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. The lovely Libras. So where was that time at again? Did I put the time? Let's do it. Let's make sure. There we go. These are popping, so we're going. Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the eclipse. We have this moon card popping out for you guys. Look at the werewolf. He is howling at the moon, heading down the gate. He has got his familiar, and then he's got his shadow familiar, as you can see, okay? The moon is ruled by Cancer, because Cancer, that's Cancer's ruling planet, but it can also be other water signs, Pisces or Scorpio. howling at the moon. This moon may very much affect you a lot, especially if you're an Aquarius. Because Saturn is in a T-square to this eclipse, squaring off with both the sun and the moon and multiple other planets. Challenged by the Three of Imps. Imps are fire energy. So that challenge right there tells me this is your law of attraction card. Whatever goes down with this eclipse that's coming, you're going to have to really realize that in order to bring it into you, you have to believe that you have it. You know, a law of attraction, you know, they make choices. You know, the fire sign energy, they make choices and then they just pull it in with their passion. You see? But I feel like this moon is going to seriously affect you air signs because I've already seen it twice here. And death. You can't make this shit up. All right, so death is Scorpio energy, where the sun is at. Okay, opposite the moon, where the moon's going to be eclipsed. Deep, dark transformation. Death to the self. Death to the relationship. Death to the ego. Death to the workplace. Death to the location. It must happen in order for you to truly believe and manifest and law of attract in what you need. That challenge there is to be what you want to. Like, what it is you want in life, you must be it. You must embody it. It's challenging. I understand. And I'm getting tingles and all kinds of stuff on this dark side. So that means that this is not easy. This is hard. It's almost like I'm kind of frustrated with this whole situation. And it's not funny. It's just not a funny situation that you're going through. It's frustrating. I feel frustrated. The Nine of Pumpkins. Okay, so someone from outside of you. This is also coins, by the way. Okay. Major life event, major arcana, major life event, major arcana, fire energy, and this is coins. I love the Nine of Pumpkins coming in from outside of you. There's an energy. First of all, she's single, she's successful. He does everything solo. Okay, this is a very solo card. This is the Falcon Master card. Okay, this is the card of I master my money and my craft and my fate. What I do, I master it. So someone from outside of you is going to assist you with this, but they'll be very single and they will be the masters of their craft in order to assist you along with this. I really am curious what the next card is. Seven of Pumpkins. Another 7. We had a 7 last one. So, 7 of Pumpkins. This is 7 of Coins. We had the exact same card last time. This is patience. This is waiting. This is, you've invested a lot into what you've been doing, right? You've invested a lot into this. But you know that you have to have patience. Like, see those pumpkins? They're not all the way ready yet, but they're getting there. They're almost ready to harvest, right? And he's just patiently waiting. This is also a card of success after patience. You can see the transition here. 7 of Pumpkins to 9 of Pumpkins. Look how much bigger the pumpkins are now. And she's got a house on a hill. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming. But allow the assistance of the death, of the transformation, the rebirth to happen. The death always comes, and then you must become reborn. See the moth down here becoming reborn. But it's not easy. I think it's interesting how Saturn happens to be up here in the corner of this card as well, because that is the taskmaster that rules Aquarius ancient ruler of Capricorn. So you see what I'm saying? There's like a, you're gonna have to wait, you're gonna have patience, you're gonna have to accept help, and you're gonna have to embody what it is that you're going after for this lunation. Right there. There it is, baby. The Ace of Bats. Bats are swords. There will be an Ace of Truth, a brand new beginning, a brand new epiphany, a brand new idea, something coming through to you that just is like a spark, and it comes in an instant, okay, after you've gone through this process. On the bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man. Ooh, my nose is tingling a lot on that one. You must have patience. This is major life event, major arcana card, the Hangman. Okay? See that? He hangs his own self up by a tree so that he can see things in a different perspective. So that he can look at things in a different way. And he leaves himself hung up that way until he figures it out differently. This is very, very much the patience card. This card and this card are very similar. This is the major life event, major arcana card. This is the minor card. They're both very similar cards going on. Deep, dark transformation with this moon, though. And there will be an epiphany, some kind of miracle almost inside. I'm feeling like a miracle thing just happens, just out of the blue. And I'm being called, truly, to place that right on top of that Hanged Man and really instill the patience in order to have a new perspective for you with this whole thing. Okay, let's get you a Halloween Oracle deck card for the air signs. Halloween Oracle deck card for the air signs, please. Joy. You must stay in a joy state even through the deep, dark transformation, remembering that this is a metamorphosis I'm going through. It's about being present, staying present, not looking to the past, not looking to the future. What's happening with me right here, right now? Am I in alignment? Is my four-body system in alignment? Am I allowing my mind to go cray-cray when I really should be thinking with my heart mind? These are some questions to ask yourself. Air signs. We're talking to the air signs. And I still hear y'all in the YouTube. That's so crazy to me. Okay. Bramback. Sweetness and synergy. That's a bread. In order to receive that sweetness and synergy, it's going to take time. And I think that this truly, this lady, or it could be a man, don't get caught up in gender. Whoever it is that's the master of their craft is coming in to help you and assist you with this process is really going to be in alignment to do so. And you will know. There'll be an instant knowing, okay? All right, let's go ahead and go with the spirit animal for the air signs. Sun, moon, and rising. Air signs, spirit animal. Spirit animal, please, for the sun, moon, and rising. Okay, I just want one. The koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. Spirit has a plan. The koala. That is an 8. That is eternal, infinite. You must trust the plan, see things from a different perspective. Air signs, a lot of times you guys try to control everything. Y'all have a hard time with doing that. I ain't trying to bash on you or nothing, but your middle mind wants to take control of everything. And you need to allow your intuition to take control of things. That's very challenging for you guys. I sympathize with you. Truly. Okay, the koala spirit. In nature, the koala moves slowly through the branches of the eucalyptus tree, leisurely chewing the leaves, reminding us that life is not a race or a competition. Chasing around after every distraction can keep us from recognizing that we have all we need and that spirit will always be there with the gifts to sustain us through. You are being asked to trust that by moving slowly with faith in abundance, that is everywhere. You're being asked to move in faith and in trust that abundance is everywhere. Surrendering to a power greater than yourself, you will be able to experience a manifestation of your desire. As you take your time enjoying the riches available to you right now in the present moment, remember the present card? Sitting peacefully, you begin to radiate the joy and abundance you seek. Spirit is here to help you discover Spirit is here to help you discover happiness, pleasure, and contentment. Have faith and trust in Spirit's plan for you, and know that you are loved and oh so cherished. Call upon the koala spirit. Do a little more research. Maybe bring in toads on this side. Y'all are having some hard issues. Okay. Maybe even bring in more eucalyptus into your life. Like bring in some essential oils in your bath or your diffuser or whatever. Okay? That's a good idea. But every bit of this whole reading is saying deep dark transformation, accepting help. You'll know who it is, and slow down with patience. In order to manifest what you want, you must be it. Even if you're homeless on the street. I talk to homeless people and I tell them all the time, you have to start embodying that you're not. You have to embody and feel into what it would feel like to have a home. To just be sitting in your own bed, what would it feel like to you? Well, then they start to like kind of think about it. I'm like, so do that. I said, when you have time, you're just going to feel into what it would feel like to be in my own bed. What color would your blanket be? What color would your pillow be? Would you want a hard bed or a soft one? How would it feel to be there? What would it smell like? You must go through these processes in order to law of attract what it is you want in your life. That's law of attraction card 101 right there. Thank you to the air signs. I love you all so very much. Deep, dark, transformational times happening for many of us. Have patience. Watch your words. Watch the words that you speak to yourself. Shante. I can see the I. Wanna, I see I. Wanna, ina, wanna, I, ina, wanna, shikita, I, 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 I. To the air signs. There's so many going on around me right now. Okay. What we got left? One more? Thank you. Thank you, air signs. Thank you, air signs. Love you, love you. We're on Earth. That's right. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I can't do questions tonight. Sorry, my back I can barely get through the next sign, and then I've got to go get on ice. So I wish that this miracle aerodynamic chair worked better than it is, but oh well. Okay, Earth, 2 minutes. Thank you, Renee, and thank you to everyone here in the chat. Oh, there's Jerry Lynn. Good. Get your new modem. We need you here. It's so funny. Heather's writing a novel. It very well could. If you feel it, this is what I always say to people. Even if you're not an air sign, or even if you're not a fire sign, and you're hearing the message and you're like, that hits my heart. That makes me feel like that's me. It's for you. That's how these channels come through. When I'm channeling, that's how it comes through. It's the frequency of us connecting, and then also the frequency of me connecting. Well, it's not me, it's them. Of them connecting to everyone in the possible time traveling. See what I'm saying? It's quantum. It's multifaceted, multi-layered when it comes through. So it could be. It very well could be, Heather. For the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Capricorn, hang in there, man, because you've just got just a little bit longer to deal with Pluto in your sign. And I'm telling you, the last 27 years have been big for you. Huge leaps and transformations. Try to remember what you were doing 27 years ago and who you were. How much Pluto has really just completely shifted your life. And I'm dropping cards. Excuse me. Let's see what dropped. The High Priestess and the Three of Wands. You can't make this stuff up. There's Saturn again saying, slow down, do it right, start over, keep it the old way. We have to make this right. And the High Priestess connecting into your highest guidance. Okay? I don't keep cards if they drop on the floor, but if they come back out, we know that those were meant to be for this read for the Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus signs. Sun, Moon, and Rising. This will be the last read of the night. Okay. Then we have the Nine of Cups, the Wish Fulfillment card. That's a beautiful card to start with. And there it is again. I tell you, if they mean to come out, they're supposed to come out. There is the, I'm sorry, the Two of Wands. That's the two. It looks similar to that Three of Wands, doesn't it? But no, it's a different one. This is a Two of Wands. This is knowing that you are challenged with making a choice. You have to go one way or another, and it's through your passions, it's through your creativity, it's through what really lights you up. You want that wish fulfillment to happen, you have to make the choice. You're pressured to make that choice. There's a beautiful wish fulfillment there. Be careful for overindulgence, they're saying right now. If you're a drinker, please just pull back a little bit, Capricorns. And I don't know why I came through with Capricorn, but Virgo and Taurus, or if you overindulge in chocolate, or you overindulge in shopping, or whatever it may be, pull back on the overindulgence, because this is a card of overindulgence as well. The Cosmic Coven. Oh my God. I cannot even believe you got the Cosmic Coven. This is like an extra card that they put in here. Oh my God. The Cosmic Coven. So this is all about being in community spiritually. Okay? And as you can see, the moon is being eclipsed. So maybe you do some kind of a group thing, earth signs, or at least be with one other person. You know, 2 people makes a group, okay? But really understanding that there are a lot of dualities out there. You see how they stand back to back? And they're totally opposites. They're totally different, right? So there may be like some kind of an opportunity here for you to really look deeper within throughout this eclipse, within a community spiritually, knowing that you're not going to be the same as the others. And that's okay. It's okay not to be the same. You're not supposed to be the same, right? And this one's showing up again for us, this looking to the past. Melancholy card. This came out a couple of reads ago. This is the 6 of Cups. This is water energy. This is feeling as though something in my past was better than my now, okay? But it can also be about children. It could be about when you were a child, healing the inner child. But this is an energy coming in from outside of you. So maybe possibly going through this situation, this group spiritual event, maybe you have some kind of eclipse thing that you do, by making this shift and this choice, to really truly to commit to, to commit to healing that inner child. Someone outside of you is going to come in and assist with that. Be watching for them. It will be miraculous, they're saying. I'm getting a lot of head pressure, like you've had a lot of things you've been thinking about, like on your mind, you know? And there's a choice. And you're like, I gotta make this choice. But you don't have to make it this instant. Okay? I wouldn't advise anybody making any major choices until this eclipse is through. Honestly. The overabundance has gotten a little out of hand, though. Hold on to what you have. Release the need to do and to do and to do and to do. Ace of Swords, that's the second time in a row it came out in this exact same position with a total different deck. This is the hold on to everything you got card. You have plenty, but you're holding on tight. So just hold. Hold fast, steadfast. There's a truth coming. There's a spark, an epiphany, a knowing, a miraculous knowing of intel that you have no idea right now about, that's on its way because of the choice that you have to make. There's a shift. There's a choice that must be made. People in your community, your coven, throughout this time period are going to assist and come in. It may be hard and dealing with like ugly stuff from your childhood, but you just hold on. Hold on to everything that you have right now. Know the truth is coming. On the bottom, anxiety card. The 9 of Swords. That was that head pressure that I'm feeling. So look, the only thing I can tell you about anxiety, first of all, tangibly what you can do is put your feet to the ground, or put your hands to a tree, or go lean up against a tree. Connect with the planet. You must connect with the planet Earth signs. Even though you're the most grounded, it's the most important for you to deal with any kind of anxiety and pressure. Uranus being conjunct to Taurus, this moon is going to flood all of that energy into all of the Earth signs. So that means that everybody's going to feel the angst, the anxiousness, the shock, the electricity. You can feel the electricity in the air now. You can feel all of this happening because it's all happening now because we're in the middle of these 2 eclipses. So, and then also put some peppermint oil on each temple, and it's going to shock and awe you. Christina Carr's Wellness, my bestie, she's the one that taught me about this peppermint oil thing. Put it on both your temples. It's going to burn the shit out of your eyes, but then it'll fade within about a minute. And then your head pressure goes away like magic. I am not kidding. It's worked on multiple clients. I've used it. So try it. All right, let's see what's under here. Yeah. The celebration that you had not too long ago, you know, there was like these accolades that came through, but now you're like kind of like back out, like on the fritz. And the overindulgence that's been going on, it's got to stop. You've got to just hold on to what you've got for now. Don't do any massive investing on anything. Don't do any massive anything in work. All of that stuff, just leave it be. Get through it. I know you got to work. Get through it. But really focus in on how you can spiritually connect with those either online or around you, because somebody's going to come in that's really going to tap that button of that inner child that needs healing in order for you to get to the truth, to be able to release some of this anxiety. Up at night. Everybody's been up at night. It's normal right now. Quite frankly, we're not supposed to be getting up at 6 or 7 a.m. every day and then going to bed every night. When, you know, I mean, you're supposed to go with the cycles, okay? And also, it's pretty cool that the time is about to change for the last freaking time. I don't know how our higher guidance made that happen, but enough of us collectively cannot stand the time change to where, therefore, the universe had no choice but to give that to us. So there will be no more time change. This will be the last one for fall. And then there'll be another time change in the spring, and that'll be the last one for spring, and then we won't ever do it again. Thank God. Okay, I got the wrong deck. Sorry. Let's get an oracle deck for you, Earth signs. That's right. Renee says, putting my fingers into soil in a plant now. Good idea. Yep. This is beautiful. Oh, well, I have it right here. Beautiful little flowers. Just grounding. You know? Do the same thing with a piece of wood. You can do it with Palo Santo. I now ground myself to the planet. You can have the planet come up to meet you at your root chakra by just holding close to your heart or putting your hands in dirt or whatever if it's too cold where you're at. Find a way to ground your energies. It's a good idea. Okay. Lots of people are getting up in the middle of the night. Hi, Vicki. Thanks for joining us tonight. There's your crazy man. How are you doing, hon? I'm seeing new people popping in. Thanks for being here, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. It's so important. get my message out there, just pop on over and hit the like. Share the channel, please. Come on, give it to me for the earth. There it is. It popped. Spider, community, and web weaving. And then the other one that popped was eternal love. Love is here. Love is love is love, and it transcends the physical death. Sure does. I feel like, you know, not only will you be expanding through this eclipse through community outreach, others, 1, 2, 3, 10, I don't care, but you can also expand through community spiritually through your higher guidance by calling in on your deities, your gods, your goddesses, your angelics, your celestials, your fae, whatever it is that you connect in with, you know. That's also pulling in on that community, right? Because you're communing with spirit through love in order to release the anxiety, to release the angst that's going on because of the choice that must be made. But for right now, it's saying very clearly, hold off and hold on to what you got. Wait for the truth to be revealed. Okay, what is your spirit animal for the earth signs? Spirit animal for the earth signs, please. What is the spirit animal for the earth signs, please? Woods. Go off into the woods. You're going to see a wolf or a fox or some kind of creature in the woods. Oh, there. You got another 9. There you go. Koi fish. There is always enough. There is always enough. There's always enough. The koi fish says you can hold on to everything, knowing you have enough, knowing that you are transforming through your spirituality with others in community instead of just by yourself, okay? So that you can heal that inner child. I feel that's a good one for you. 9, almost to completion. 9 is almost to completion. That's a very good number. The koi fish. Where is that? The koi fish who grows big within a small pond reminds us that within each of us is the potential for prosperity. The law of abundance ensures the prosperity is our natural state. So regardless of temporary outer conditions, the opportunities in abundance will magnetically come to you. The message of koi fish spirit is to begin to generate wealth within with deliberate intention. No matter how small your pond may seem, and appreciate the abundance where you see it. Outer conditions will come to reflect your inner prosperity with wealth in all forms. Even if at the moment it feels as if riches are not yours, they soon will be. Start to envision the plenty that Spirit wants you to experience, knowing that the moment you begin to commit to the conscious and deliberate co-creating, Spirit will joyfully start bringing you what you need. You have so much to offer and so much of value to express to the world. In your little pond, there is much you can create and much you can attract. Do not underestimate what you have or who you are. For koi fish spirit wants you to know that you are exquisite, loved, and deeply cherished. Trust that outer conditions are changing to reflect the truth. The truth is coming. Lots of deep truths will be revealed for you, I believe. Thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love, light. Do not forget to ground. Not only are you grounding for yourself, but you're grounding for all of us as well, because you're earth signs. It's important. All right? And release that anxiety. And if you guys are getting up in the night, get up. Just get up. Get up and, I don't know, read a verse. Or if you have oracle decks, or if you have a book, just get up and do something. If you're having a hard time, don't lay there tossing and turning, being pissed off that you're awake and you need sleep. Because Spirit woke you up for a reason. You ever thought about it like that? You were awakened for a reason. And that reason could be as simple as, this person needs no sleep today in order to get through what she's about to be facing. This person needs to be more exhausted today in order to get through what he is about to experience. Think about it like that. You just never know how the interweavings of the universe works when you are in a serious co-creation state with it. Don't let your reptilian brain take over. Don't let the monkey mind freak you out. Release, earth signs. Release. Release, but also hold on. Hold on to what you do have, you know? Thank you, earth signs. I love you. I'm sending you so much love and light. All right, this is it for me. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you for being here. I love you all so much. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I just can't do the Q&A tonight. We're already at 2 hours and 23 minutes, and that's about all my back can take. And I'm not also going to guarantee that I'll be here next Tuesday, because I just don't know. This is a healing process, and I need a different chair again. And I'm also working on clients in person and online. So it just depends on how I feel. I'm hoping that I'll be here next Tuesday, but I can't make any promises. Okay? All right. I love you all so very much. My chart's just getting really hit really hard through this transition that we're going with, this transformation in Scorpio, with me being a Scorpio sun and rising in the first house, and my Mars in Scorpio in the 12th. So I'm getting slammed. Love you all. Thank you so much. I just love you all to pieces. I just miss being here, and I love doing this. And I promise you, I'm Scorpio. I'll get this figured out. I'll get this transformed for sure. All right? Sending you so much love. Walk in the light and spread the sparkle. Remember, you are the God Spark.